Welcome back to 10 Women Technology. Today we're checking out the iPhone 13 Pro and how it holds up in 2025. Now here is an unpopular opinion. I think that the 13 series, the 13 Pro, 13, and 13 mini are the only iPhones that you should be buying in 2025 with Lightning. The reason for that is there's not much of a difference between the 14 and 13, but there is a big difference between the 15 and the 13. USB-C, I love USB-C. Everything in my house is USB-C. So having a USB-C iPhone is amazing. So that is that part out of the way. This iPhone works very similar to all the other iPhones. It's got iMessage and all of that jazz. The photos are still really good. They're not quite as great as the iPhone 16 per se, but the iPhone 16 is also for anyone who doesn't want to break the bank but also get really decent looking videos. As I was saying, the connection is almost seamless within the Apple ecosystem. A problem I ran into with the iPhone is it kept overheating if I put a non-Apple case on it or if I wasn't rocking it caseless, which is very scary, especially if I had it pulled up maps and I was going to a new place. For instance, there was this one time when I was going to church from an unknown location, so I had maps pulled out, and all of a sudden just I was listening to an audiobook, and all of a sudden my phone just had a black screen, the map stopped working, the audiobook stopped because it had overheated, and I was in the middle of nowhere, well, technically not the middle of nowhere, but in a place I had never known. So I literally uncased the iPhone and was holding it in front of the air vents just to try to cool it down. Luckily, it ended up cooling down in about 10 minutes, but that was 10 minutes of scariness. The call quality on the iPhone is really good. However, I do have to preface this. If you think, I'm going to get an iPhone to FaceTime all my friends, I just want you to think about it. If you have an Android right now and you have some Android friends, how often do you FaceTime them? For me, I didn't really FaceTime them that often. And so I was like, FaceTime's going to be this great revolutionary thing. I basically never used it. That's why I still have an iPad, though, just for that once in a blue moon when I need to FaceTime. The battery life is not that great. I would think about possibly replacing the iPhone battery if you're going to get a 13 Pro. But without that being said, the iPhone 13 Pro is still a great choice in 2025. So that's all for this review, and I will see you in Oz.